Poetry has a way of speaking directly to the soul. Allow me to share with you a piece that captures feeling. Like this video and subscribe my YouTube channel. To love you the way you needed is to listen not just to your words, but to the silence in between, to hear the whispers of your heart when your lips cannot find the strength to speak. It is to understand the language of your soul, the way your breath quickens when you are overwhelmed, the way your eyes search for reassurance in the quietest moments. Love is not simply about grand gestures. It is in the smallest details, in the knowing when to reach for your hand without being asked, in the way my arms wrap around you when the world feels too heavy. It is in the patience to hold you through storms you don't yet understand yourself, in the willingness to stand beside you even when you cannot explain why you need me there. Loving you the way you needed is not about loving you in my own way. It is about learning, growing, and understanding how you long to be held, cherished, and protected in the way your heart has always desired. To love you the way you needed is to see beyond the surface, beyond the smile you put on for the world, and into the depths where your truest self resides. It is to embrace every version of you, the light and the dark, the strong and the vulnerable, the certain and the unsure. It is to remind you, again and again, that you never have to face anything alone. To love you is to be present in the moments when your confidence wavers, when you doubt your worth, when you question your place in the world. It is to remind you that you are more than enough, that your presence alone is a gift, that every piece of you is worthy of love. It is not just about knowing what makes you happy, but about understanding what makes you feel safe, what makes you feel at peace, what makes you feel truly, deeply seen. To love you the way you needed is to become a home for your heart, a shelter for your fears, and a light in the darkness. To love you the way you needed is to honor the rhythm of your heart, to move with you rather than against you, to hold space for your emotions without judgment or hesitation. It is to offer comfort when the weight of the world is too much, to stand firm when everything else feels unsteady, to be the calm in the middle of the storm. It is to know when to speak and when to listen, when to offer advice and when to simply hold you close. Love is not about fixing. It is about understanding, about walking beside you through every high and every low, about never letting you feel as if you must carry it all alone. To love you is to pay attention, to notice the little things that make you feel valued, to remember the words you say in passing, to hold on to the moments that mean the most to you. It is about choosing you every single day, in every single way, and making sure you never have to question the depth of my devotion. To love you the way you needed is to embrace the parts of you that the world may not always see, the dreams you are afraid to speak aloud, the fears you tuck away behind a brave smile. It is to celebrate your victories, both big and small, and to remind you that even your setbacks do not define you. It is to be the voice that encourages you when self-doubt creeps in, the hands that hold yours when you feel lost, the presence that never wavers no matter the circumstance. To love you is to accept you as you are, without expectation, without condition, without the need for change. It is to love the raw, unfiltered, unguarded you, to cherish the beauty in your imperfections, to remind you that you are worthy of love exactly as you are. Loving you the way you needed is to never make you feel as if you have to earn my love. It is to give it freely, endlessly, without reservation, as naturally as the sun rises each day. To love you the way you needed is to be patient with your heart, to understand that healing takes time, that trust is built in the quiet moments, in the consistency of showing up, in the unwavering promise that I will always be here. It is to be gentle with your wounds, to never dismiss your pain, to honor the past that shaped you while helping you build a future filled with hope. It is to recognize that love is not just words spoken in moments of passion, but actions repeated in moments of quiet certainty. It is the way I hold you after a long day, the way I remember the little things that make you smile, the way I stand beside you even when you feel unworthy of love. To love you the way you needed is to see your worth even when you cannot, to remind you of your strength when you feel weak, to be the unwavering presence that assures you that you will never have to walk this journey alone. To love you the way you needed is to offer my heart not just in the good times, but in the moments when you feel most unlovable. It is easy to love when the sun is shining, when laughter. To love you the way you needed is to understand not just the words you speak, but the emotions that linger in the spaces between them. It is to hear the sighs you release at the end of long days, to notice the way your fingers fidget when you are lost in thought, to recognize the unspoken longing in your eyes when you need reassurance, but don't ask for it. Love is not about offering what I think you want, but about learning what truly brings you comfort, joy, and peace. It is in the way I hold you when you are tired, in the way I sit beside you in silence when words feel too heavy. To love you is to be present in every way, to anticipate your needs without assumption, to offer my heart without hesitation. Loving you the way you need it is not about giving you love. In the way I understand it, it is about shaping my love into the form that feels safest and most real to you. It is about making you feel seen, cherished, and truly understood. To love you the way you need it is to never make you feel alone, even in your quietest moment. It is to be the steady presence you can lean on, the unwavering support that reminds you that you never have to face life storms by yourself. It is in the way I listen, truly listen, not just to respond, but to understand. It is knowing when you need space and when you need me to pull you closer. It is learning the rhythm of your heart, the way it speeds up when you are excited, the way it slows when you feel safe in my embrace. To love you is to be patient with your fears, to hold your hand as you work through the thoughts that weigh you down, to remind you that you are never a burden, that your emotions are never too much. Love is not just passion, and romance is steadiness, commitment, and the quiet, everyday moments that remind you that you are never alone. To love you the way you needed is to embrace every version of you, the one that laughs freely in the sunlight and the one that curls up in the dark, searching for comfort. It is to love the confident you and the uncertain you, the strong you and the vulnerable you. It is to remind you that you don't always have to be okay, that you don't always have to have the answers, that you are loved even in the moments when you feel lost. Love is not about perfection. It is about acceptance, about holding you close and making sure you always know that you are enough. It is about seeing the beauty in your soul, in your dreams, in the way you move through the world. To love you is to remind you again and again that you don't have to be anything other than yourself to be loved. It is to give you a love that does not ask you to change, but instead celebrates you exactly as you are. To love you the way you needed is to learn the details that make you feel safe, the little things that bring you comfort, the quiet reassurances that ease your worries. It is knowing that you feel most loved in the simple, everyday gesture, a hand on your back as we walk, a whispered, "I'm here," when you need it most. It is remembering your favorite songs, the way you like your coffee, the stories that bring light to your eyes. Love is in the details, in the way I take the time